Hi, it's Dr. Lori. Thrift with Dr. Lori. I'm going west, young man. That's right. I'm in Marysville, California today with Daniel and Amber at Fifth and Finds and the thrift store. We're ready to go. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Dr. Lori. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's happening? Look at this store. I'm so excited. We've got shelves and shelves and shelves of stuff. Ah, yay.
It's huge in here. It really is.
So, Daniel's going to show me some costume jewelry and other kinds of jewelry. I want to see some jewelry. Do you buy a lot of jewelry for Amber, Daniel? Say yes, say yes, say yes.
I sure do. I mean, they're pretty jewelry on her fingers.
All right. That's what I like to hear. All right. Let's see. What do you got there? What do you have your hand on? Let's see the bracelet.
Okay, so this is a bracelet and watch little display that we have going on here.
I like that.
This one here.
I like all of them. I love bracelets. I think a woman is naked without a bracelet and a big diamond. That's what I think.
Bigger the better. The bigger the better.
The bigger the better. So let's see one of those up close. Let's see the one all the way over to your right. There you go. Yeah, let's see that one really close. So I like that. I have to say, I like the link, the idea that you've got sort of like a link. It looks like it's ceramic tiles that have then been hand painted and fired, and then they're linked together. I like that.
Exactly. I thought it was ceramic myself and definitely hand painted. I don't know maybe how old it might be.
Oh, it's probably sometime late 60s, early 70s. If you look at that little clasp, show us the clasp there, Daniel, so everybody can teach it. I can teach everybody something. See that little clasp? That clasp is quintessentially the 1960s and used into the 1970s. That's what you're looking at. So it looks like what they've done is they took something newer and they made the newer ceramic. The ceramic pieces are newer. Probably the 1970s or into the 80s. But then that clasp, when they put it together, is the late 60s into the 70s. It's a marriage. You know a marriage. How many years you married?
17 and together almost 20-something years.
Wow, that's really nice. That's wonderful. Now, how much is this bracelet? I like this bracelet. It's kind of the 80s to me with of course the ceramic.
Yes.
How much is that bracelet?
Well, I think we're letting it go for about $15.
Oh, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. That's a good number for that bracelet. I would say it's worth about $15.
Okay.
So that's pretty good.
We have this one here. It has, I've been trying to watch your videos and work on the hallmarks. Here's another hallmark of this card. This watch.
Yep.
And it has the hallmark, and it's a little stretchy, so I don't think it's that old.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of the stretchy. People like the stretchy, but I always think the stretchy, while it's good because it's, of course, it'll fit anybody. So that's kind of, to me, more of a marketing thing. It'll fit you. It'll fit you. It'll fit you. Okay, good. But
all right.
I'm not crazy about the stretchy because I'm afraid once one of those goes, then you're out of luck. Then you got to do the whole thing over again. So me, personally, I'm not a big fan of the stretchy, but a lot of people like it, and it does sell well if the piece looks good. Now, when you're looking at hallmarks, and I give you all kinds of information on the videos about hallmarks, you know, there's lots of different hallmarks, so they're easy to find. It's easier to find it if you have the loop. Don't forget to get the loop. So let's see some of those necklaces and bracelet sets. I see a nice necklace and bracelet set right there. That one's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, Amber, good job. So, so we're going to start here, and then we'll go back to the necklace and bracelet set that we were looking at. That one's nice. I like that. Oh, back here. Okay, that's good. I like that one. This is nice. So this is sort of your typical 1960s, 1970s statement piece. I like the fact that it has, of course, the little floral details, the branches, and then the beads. So you can put it as close to your neck as you want, or you can make it a little longer. It can be sort of changed up how long it is.
There's also a hallmark here.
Okay. I've
been learning hallmarks with you.
What's hard about it for the hallmarks for you? I mean, I teach you all of it. Is there any obstacles, or is it easy? How do I make it easy for you?
Just to be aware of certain ones like the SC. Yeah. That's the Park Lane.
It looks like an SC, but that's actually a St. John hallmark. See, it's actually a J. It's actually SJ, and it looks like a C, and a lot of people mistake that, and I talk about that on my website and on the YouTube channel. But it's good that you're looking. I want you to be aware of that. Also, remember, some of the pieces that are unmarked can be valuable, but the marked ones are easier to identify and great. So is that one a St. John piece, the earrings?
This one, I believe it says, I've got I'm sorry, I'm waiting for my loop right now, but
Don't
I do
worry
have a
about it.
magnifying glass.
Yep.
I think it says Coco on it.
Oh, you think it says Coro on it?
Coral, that's what it is.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
See, it's great when you thrift with me because I'm going to make sure that you know what you're looking at, right?
That's what I like about it, yes. My wife is actually pretty fond of some of the older jewelry. This would be costume jewelry then, correct?
Yeah, costume jewelry.
Okay, yeah. This is very pretty. I'm not sure about this one.
So how much, go back to the Coro set. The Coro set, of course, is the necklace and the earrings, which is typical as a set. Oftentimes I suggest people sell them as a set if you're a reseller. And so if you were to sell it, are you going to sell the set individually or together? What do you think?
Well, definitely sell them together. We wouldn't want to separate them.
Okay. Okay. And then what's your price?
I think we're starting at 25 right that set there with the earrings and the necklace.
Earrings and necklace, 25. Okay, too low. That's a bargain, right? That's too low. I would say that set is probably closer to the $40, $45 range for the 3 pieces for a Coro set from, of course, the 1960s. Now, again, you know your market, you know who's coming through your store, but you have to think about if I were to sell it here in the store or if I were to make an extra 15 or 20 bucks if I sell it somewhere else.
Right.
Like online. So you want to think about that. Amber, I'm going to pull you in here. So Amber, this particular set, would you wear this set?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, it's a nice set. It's a nice set. Are they clip-on earrings? I hate clip-on earrings. Clip-on earrings are rough.
They are clip-on earrings.
They're clip-on earrings. A lot of people like them. I just like to have the post, but a lot of people don't have a post, don't have a pierced ear. I have a very dear friend who's a jewelry designer, wonderful museum professional. She's so talented an artist. She doesn't have pierced ears. And she's always like, I like clip-ons. I prefer clip-ons. So, can't go by me all the time. I think that's a little underpriced for you guys. I think that's a little. Do you guys ever have not like disputes or conversations about, hey, I think you should price this higher. Hey, I think you should price this lower. Does that ever happen between the two of you when you're running your business?
Oh, yes. And he'll help me look it up and he'll tell me the price of like, say, $20 and put like 12 on it. And I say, no.
No. Yeah. So she goes high and you go low. All right. All right.
In the area, it is a little bit more to the lower end. People are
well, that's understandable. As I said, you know your clientele, you know your area. I'm just saying that if you were to take that and sell it online, you might be able to command a little bit more money. So there's some things that you say, well, if it's going to be so low because of my area, maybe that's what I sell online. Maybe I sell something else. You know what I'm saying?
I do understand. Let's look at something like this. Dr. Lori, this here is, I don't know if it's vintage or if it's handmade. I'm sure it's handmade. The stones, I think they're just like maybe marble, polished rocks. I'm not sure. Here is the clasp. Let's see, where's the clasp? There's the clasp there. And it's just a small little claw hook, it looks like. But I'm wondering, how old do you think, or I'm not even sure. I'm thinking maybe 60s myself too. But
that's not the 60s, that's the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the 80s. That's the people who are not dressing like Madonna with the rosary beads in the 80s, right?
All right. Yeah. But I do remember that well.
Yeah, that's the 80s. I would say early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. It looks like they are actually, again, those sort of rounded oval stone beads, and then they've got some metal in between. Pretty nice as well. What else have we got there? Let's see what else is in the in that cabinet. The owl. I always tell you about the owls. Yeah, the owls are the owls are the 70s. I mean, the owls are the 70s into the 80s. That one's pretty nice. Is that one marked? And then I like the fact that one has, of course, that idea that it's open work in between. So you can see sort of the pink sweater or whatever you have. So
I don't see any hallmarks or
not marked.
Any markings, no. And
how much is that?
I think that one's like $12.99.
She's asking $12.99.
I'd go $15 on that. That's pretty nice.
You know what? I'm probably the low baller then. So yeah, we'll have to do that a little bit more. Now, owls are very collective, are they not? Throughout.
Owls are very collectible. Certain animals are very collectible. So owls are one of those animals, and a lot of animals that some people would consider spirit animals are very collectible. Certain birds, like owls, and also you'll see a lot of other animals. People like frogs. I love fish, for example. A lot of different animals. I also like the necklace. It's kind of at the lower right-hand side of this particular square. Yeah, that one. Oh, maybe that's a bracelet. But that one's very nice and detailed. Yes, yes. Wherever that pink fingernail came from, that's the one I'm talking about.
That's the one. Yeah, that's very pretty. That's a favorite. These are the favorites of my wife's. And
yeah, that one's very nice. That's a very nice piece. That's a $30 piece by itself. Costume jewelry, remember, still pretty valuable. But that's a very nice $30 piece, of course, is vintage. I like that one a lot. What are you touching now, Daniel? Let's see.
Some kind of brooch. It looks to be, fairly old. We're not really sure if it's resin in there or.
I don't like that at all.
No.
I hate to be opinionated, but you all know I'm opinionated. I don't like that. Here's why. Low quality.
It reminds me of my grandmother.
Oh, I'm sorry. The low quality material. Okay. Low quality material. I like to get away from low quality material, and I like to also have you turn it around so we can show everybody what we're looking at. Now, the one that I don't like, turn it around. And I'll show you why I don't like it. Yeah, right there. Everything's flat. Everything's dense. Yeah. So that's resin. So think of candle wax, right? Resin, basically. Resin. And then you have an inexpensive cast metal that's then been just colored to make it look like silver. I would probably go no more than $7 or $8 on that.
We're right with you there. Definitely.
Okay, good. I knew you would be.
Now, this is a pretty one, pretty unique. I'm not sure if it might be pewter or some kind of metal.
That looks kind of thin for pewter. Pewter's usually pretty heavy. Is there a mark on the back? And what kind of clasp have we got?
That is a standard, I guess you would say, a straight pin clasp with a little hook on the end, like a safety pin.
What are you doing? You're getting a magnifying glass?
Yeah, I had to see if there was any hallmarks. Okay. But nice. Yeah, it is very pretty. The butterflies are very collective too.
Silver tone metal, so probably, of course, a plated, and value on that piece, I would say $10. What have you got on it?
I've got, I think we have $8 on that as well.
Yeah. So you could bump that up a little bit, but not by too much. Anything else? How about some necklaces?
They're all in the cupboard.
Okay, well then let's keep looking at brooches. It's fine. Oh, I like that brooch. I like that brooch with the big center. There you go. And I like the necklace beneath that brooch too. So I like the brooch that looks like a crown, right?
Yes, that is.
With the rhinestones. Is that one marked? Now that looks like a Weiss to me. It could also be like a Eisenberg.
There is no markings that I can see.
Okay.
It's silver tone again. I did pick out some other costume jewelry there. Some pearls or beads. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to watch more videos with you to figure out the difference between faux.
You got to use the Binge link, Daniel. You need the Binge link.
Oh, that's how I found you, Dr. Lee, Dr. Lori. I was binging one day on another antique show, and then all of a sudden you were the next one in line on YouTube, and I sat there and I watched for 3 days just about straight. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate it. I know you're learning a lot. All of you are learning a lot, and I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money, and that's what I'm happy for too. So that brooch that we were talking about that you found was unmarked is in the style or manner of Eisenberg or Weiss. I would say that particular brooch is easily a $25 brooch. If you don't have it priced at that, it should be priced at that. That's a nice piece.
Definitely, again, we are.
Brooches are coming back. And then the necklace down below that brooch is a typical rhinestone necklace that a lot of people look for. That's those statement necklaces, the lavalier, the kinds of falls like that. That's a very nice necklace as well. I'm guessing that's about 18 inches long.
Yeah, I would say so. Yes, it's fairly short on the neck.
What's your price on that?
I believe we're doing $21.
Typical guys moving everything. Stop moving stuff, Daniel. Let's look.
Yes, big figures.
And you're moving it some more. Oh my gosh, thank God I'm not married. All right. I don't want you to move and I want to look. That's a beautiful piece. I like that piece very much. And a couple of things that I like about it. I like the way in which those loops come down. Amber, do you like the loops?
Yes, I like that one.
I like that one very much. I also am impressed with the way you guys have it set up. I love the red contrast, the background contrast, because red attracts your eye. Let everybody go to the red, right? Red will attract your eye. That's nice. And it gives some room to everything so we can take a look. I like that piece very much in the manner of about $30 for that necklace. That's a very nice necklace. I like that. 60s. Nice. What else have we got, Daniel? Let's see, honey.
So we're talking some more, I believe, vintage clip-on earrings.
Yeah, I will never forget this. I was fishing with my father on Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire a million years ago. You know, I grew up on the East Coast. I'm probably 11 or 12 years old, and I kept missing this one fish, and he didn't have sons, so I had to go fishing. It was a whole thing anyway. And my mother comes by later in the day, and she says, Lori Ann, you were so good trying to catch that fish with Daddy that I bought you this necklace with these little tiny flowers. If you go back to those earrings, you're going to see the little tiny flowers. I have the necklace to this. So that's adorable. Yeah, maybe Amber can show us the flowers at the bottom. Yeah, I'll never forget it. That little tiny floral was a little thing. And those were, of course, the repeat. So obviously the ones that I had in the 1970s that I got as a gift as a necklace were, of course, later than those. But it's that same 5-petaled flower, which is a very typical form that a lot of people like and a lot of people will collect in that way. What else are you showing me? You seem like you're taking other stuff out for me, Daniel. Thank you. So there's another little necklace that looks like it might be holiday with a little heart.
I believe it's a poinsettia, maybe. Yeah. Yeah,
it looks like a poinsettia. We know the poinsettia plant, of course, derives from its origins in Mexico. Many of you, of course, know that. It was actually named for one of the ambassadors to Mexico, whose name was Poinsett. So poinsettia actually became out of that. The plant was named for him. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, that's a nice piece. It looks like it's enamel on a white. It looks like it's on a nice gold tone chain. Can I see the back of the pendant?
Same thing on the back.
Oh, it's both sides are the poinsettia.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. So,
I actually thought it was a locket, but it is not a locket. So.
It's not a locket. It's just a heart. That's nice. Yeah. What kind of chain do you have it on? What kind of price do you have for it?
I would believe this is the original chain that whoever might have put it on there, and we have a price of $15 for that one.
I think
it's just gold tone.
I think that's a pretty good price for that one. I think you could make it $18 at holiday time. You know, October 31st to into January 1st, I think you could get a little bit more than the 15 for it. You might actually go up to 18 because it feels like holiday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the holidays.
These are reselling tips too here when you thrift with Dr. Lori. I want you to learn all that I've known after decades and decades of thrifting and, of course, reselling and, of course, appraising objects based on actual sales records. What else is there in terms of jewelry? I love the jewelry. I love to shop.
You know, we had a estate sales that we've been doing, and we have about a good maybe 50 pounds of this kind of jewelry. We went through, bagged, tried to mark and identify.
Beautiful.
This is a very, I believe it's a silver to gold tone. It might be because the age on it is turning a color, but it's another favorite.
I mean, the metals could turn different colors. That's true. The thing that I like is I like repeated forms. When I taught art history at Penn State, I used to tell my students repeated forms are important forms. There's a reason why an artist or a designer wants to repeat a form. You'll notice that a lot of the Tiffany pieces, a lot of the Cartier pieces, a lot of the pieces by Van Cleef and Arpels, the big names in jewelry design oftentimes have a repeat. And that's relatively important. It's important for design. You know, it makes your eye repeat, your mind repeating. I like this leaf very well. I like the fact that it is a small necklace. It's not like very, very long. Otherwise, that's how we get station necklaces. You know, a station necklace, like it's a little bit of chain, then a leaf, another little bit of chain, then a leaf. It has stations, sort of like stops on a train, right?
Yes.
Kind of thing. That is not a station necklace per se, but I do like the repeat of it. And how much would you charge for that? That one's not marked, right?
No, we have them in little Ziploc baggies, and we do mark the baggies. This one here is at 16.
Yeah, I think it's probably worth 25. I think it's probably worth. You're a little bit low. You're a little bit low, which is great for everybody who's saying, I'm going to go to Fifth and Finds and get some of these bargains that Dr. Lori is featuring for us. And remember, when you thrift with Dr. Lori, I leave everything there for you. I want you guys to find these great bargains, beautiful pieces. What else have we got? Some necklaces, guys.
Okay, well, I have these here, Dr. Lori. I noticed that Park Lane is a lot of vintage or costume jewelry as well.
Yeah.
And doing a little looking up at, we're looking about maybe we have it at $22 on these ones.
Very nice. That's good. That's good. 22 to 25 for a pair like that of Park Lane is typically what you're going to get. That's a retail value. That's a good value all the way around. A couple of things about that, how they stay on the ear. Now, a lot of you, I have one sister who always says, one of the piercings is a little bit lower than the other. So when they pierce the ear, I don't know, her head might have been turned or they pierced it wrong. But this is where having the clip-on earrings or the lever back earrings or the screw types are better for folks who might not have actually the ear holes exactly right, because that does happen. So those are pretty nice. They will cover a lot of the ear, so a little bit bigger. Nice statement earrings by a good costume jewelry designer, Park Lane. I like those at $25 for the pair.
Okay.
Those are nice.
How about another brooch for us? And here's
I'll take another brooch. Yeah, let's see.
I don't even know. This is probably a broken piece. So we do have a lot of resellers and jewelry makers who come in. Let me get that in there for you.
Yeah.
This one here, I believe maybe crystals or rhinestones with some kind of black onyx. Maybe I'm not really sure what the black is in there.
No, those aren't black onyx. First of all, faceted stones. So those stones are cut and they're faceted. A black onyx, you typically will see it's usually dense all the way through. When you can see the light, the reflections of the light through a facet when something's cut, right? Typically an Austrian crystal or other type of crystal or a rhinestone is usually faceted cut. Now, they're dark, they're black, and then they're, of course, contrast with the colorless. Some might read it as white, but the colorless stones as well. Yeah, let's see if we can zoom right in on that. Just on that. There you go. And then you can just hold it right there. Just hold it right there. And basically, what we're looking at here looks to be that there is a loss of a central piece right there at the top. The other thing that I do like about it, it looks like there's a loss there, and it looks like that piece would have been linked to a jump ring, so a little ring that would jump, and then the necklace will go through that ring. So you see the circle one. Move your hands. Yes. Move your hands.
Okay.
Just move your hands, Daniel. Move them out.
All right.
The circle that you're seeing at the top, thank you. Circle that you're seeing at the top would then have a jump ring, if you can see my hands here. So the circle's at the top of the butterfly, then a jump ring, which is this, right? It's another basic circle of metal. And then where does the necklace go through? The necklace goes through that jump ring. That's a very typical thing, because then what happens is that butterfly sits nice and flat right against your chest. And that's what makes it beautiful. So you're missing the jump ring. Any one of your DIYers, any one of your jewelry designers will come in and go, I'll put a jump ring on that, put a necklace through it, and boom, I'm done. I don't have to fix anything. So while you may think it's broken, it really can be easily fixed with an inexpensive, I mean, literally less than a penny is what that's going to cost. Jump ring. I would put $10 on that piece easily.
I wanted to show you the back scene where maybe I was misunderstanding that this piece in the center there looked like a broken piece on the back. My wife actually does all the repairing of the jewelry, so she knows it.
Wow.
Yeah, she knows it.
It does look like that there was a glue for a pin back, that it was used as a pin, but I'd put a jump ring on that and I'd wear that as a necklace. I think that's great. I like to repurpose these pieces because sometimes you lose an earring. Maybe you can make it sort of something a little pin if you clip the earring to your blazer, lapel or something. But you've got to think outside the box with some of these pieces. People are making a lot of money doing small little fixes like that. That's a nice piece. That's a nice piece.
And so we have another pair of earrings, or a few pairs of earrings here. These are a blue crystal of some sort.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
And they have the SC Hallmark on them, or copyright on them.
Hallmark, great.
Sarah Coventry. I'm not sure. Coventry, Sarah Coventry. Is that film?
Yeah, Sarah Coventry, yes. I think you could say Coventry. Yeah, Coventry. I always say Coventry. Oh, I like the hearts. They're big on hearts, Sarah Coventry. But those are really cute. I think those are adorable. Now they're open. If you open them up, they are basically empty in the middle of the heart. Is that right?
Yes, they are, definitely.
Okay, let's see. There we go. Oh, that's nice. I like that so much. So those, of course, are your, colorless. Your blue, trying to look like aquamarines, faux stones, faux crystals. Very nice. I would say value on those, I'm going to go pretty high at $30 for the pair, even though it's Sarah Coventry, and Sarah Coventry is a little lower usually. I like that style so much. I like the heart. You're going to have a lot of different folks who are going to be interested in that. I like gold tone. I don't usually like white gold. I don't usually like silver as much as I like yellow gold, but I think even someone like me could be attracted to those pieces, even though I have my favorite tastes too.
They are very pretty. I like those ones too. We're on the same boat at that $30. We did have them priced at $25.
There you go. Nice.
Here's another kind of
in the same boat with you and Amber. That's good.
I believe that these ones here have a hallmark of a BSK, and I'm not familiar with that one as well.
BSK is a very well-known jewelry designer, and I talk about it on my web pages actually. So that's at drloriview.com. You can go to the research pages and read more about that designer out of New York. This is very nice. You've got some gold tone metal, you've got the flowers, and you've got the two-tone, you've got the pink and the green. Pink and green is just a derivation of the complementary color pairs of red and green, the holiday colors. Those pairs are some of the pairs of colors, red and green, that stimulate the optic nerve. So when you see pink and green, there's a reason your eye is attracted to it. It's all about color theory. So those are nice too, and I'd probably go 25 on those as well. They date to the 1950s.
Exactly. We have them $25 for those ones.
Great. I like those.
These are a silver. I'm sorry. Dr. Lori, we have a silver tone vintage clip-on, no markings. I believe there's some sort of flower. I believe a tulip, maybe?
They kind of look like a flower. I don't know. It kind of looks like my backyard with the weeds. You know those flowers that are trying to look like flowers, but they're kind of weedy? I don't know. Maybe that's more of a tulip. I planted 200 bulbs, 200 tulip bulbs all around the side of my home. Oh, my gosh. Deer ate them all. I got no tulips, zero. On these knees, 200 tulip bulbs, useless. Anyway, back to your jewelry. So these I do like. Here's what I like. I like the two-tone. I like the color. I like the silver color. I like the way in which you have, I like the frosted. I like the silver. I like that it's flat with the flower. Then it kind of has a little more texture. I like those in the neighborhood of about $18 for the pair.
Wow.
I think we're overpriced.
We're a little overpriced on that. We had it at 25 as well.
I don't think those are going to command 25, but again, you know your clients better than I. There might be a jewelry girl among you who has to have them. You know how it goes.
Right.
Wow. Wonderful, terrific costume jewelry. What fun reminiscing and looking at great costume jewelry here at Fifth and Finds in Marysville, California. Daniel, thanks so much. We'll be back to see some more. Want to say goodbye to you. Thanks so much. We'll be back and we'll see some more Thrift with Dr. Lori and Daniel.
Thank you, Dr. Lori. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thanks so much. Thanks, Amber.
Thank you.